What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Odom Outdoors. I'm JD Odom. We did some spearfishing today off Steinhatchee. This is what we got. Not quite the sleigh day I wanted, but as you can see, it was still very productive. Still got a bunch of fish. So stay tuned, check it all out. I'm here with a couple of my buddies and a couple of kids, my son and then my buddy's daughter. So stay tuned, check it out.
It's so hot. I don't have a wetsuit on.
Alright, I am in
Neutral?
And go ahead, so you're set.
Alright, this is our first dive of the day. This is either a wreck or a rubble pile, I'm not sure which. Either way, there's a lot of debris down there and structure for the fish to hide in. You can see there's a lot of mangrove snapper on this spot. But what we're really looking for is red snapper. And there's one there. Nice big fat red snapper shows himself. Get a good holding shot on him. Stick him in the brain and put him out of his misery. And right about there I realized I had forgotten my stringer up on the boat. So I'm going to get my gun and head over to my dive buddy Chris and put my fish on his stringer. Luckily he remembered his. So he's got a nice mangrove snapper he just shot, and he's working on stringing that up. I think he was a little confused on what I was doing there at the time, but he figured it out. Get reloaded and keep on hunting. There we go, stone a nice mangrove snapper there. Chris goes ahead and gives me a stringer back so I can get that mangrove snapper strung up. And while I'm doing that, he ends up shooting a nice red snapper of his own. And that was about it for this dive. After I finished getting this fish here under control and strung up, we head for the surface.
First dive of the day, diving off Steinhatchee. We each got a nice red snapper and a mangrove. Viz was so-so. I was hoping there'd be a lot more of these around, but at least the ones we got were good quality. So Chris got to try out his new gun.
It's awesome.
Did some work with that.
Other than managing the line.
Yeah, he'll be a free shafter sooner or later. So not bad. Hopefully we can keep this up. Keep up the momentum.
Alright, this is our second dive of the day. This is on a wreck. While we were on the surface gearing up, there were a couple of sharks swimming around in the water we could see up on the surface. We were hoping they weren't going to mess with us, but as you can see, that didn't happen. They ended up being two bull sharks. They swam in on us on our descent. So, we slipped the power head on. And I don't know how sharks know what that means, but somehow they always do. As soon as the power head goes on, they back off. Anyways, we made it down to the wreck and feel a little more safe down there on the bottom when you got some structure to hide behind. So power head comes back off and start hunting fish. Tons of bait on this spot, just covered in clouds of bait there. Lots of jewfish too, as you'll see throughout the dive. Some spade fish there swimming by, along with some small jacks. Got a nice mangrove snapper here that ends up getting caught out in the open. And I get a nice stone shot on him. There's one more mangrove snapper for the fish box. Unfortunately, I didn't get the stone shot on him, so knife him in the head there. Right here I see a hogfish enter the wreck. I didn't get a shot off at him before he entered, but I end up seeing him through a hole in the wreckage and take a shot into the wreck, which turns out to be a bad idea. So I get a good solid shot on the fish there. But the shaft is stuck. And I'm not going to bore you guys with all the time I spent trying to get this shaft out of the wreck, but I spent a few minutes trying to get out of there and it wasn't budging. So really the only option I had was reach in, pull the fish out, and cut the line. Leave the shaft down there, stuck in the wreck. It's unfortunate, but sometimes things like that happen when you're spearfishing. Kind of the cost of doing business, I suppose.
Red or mangrove?
Hog.
Oh, nice.
Power head's on there.
Hey, where's the fish?
Oh, your tack's still.
Donated a shaft to the wreck.
Thanks, Dad. Stop jumping.
No, because there's two bull sharks flying around.
Oh,
Nice
that's always...
grab, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Alright, one more dive. This is not my last dive of the day, but it's the last one you guys are going to see because the other one was uneventful. But this is another rubble pile. Had good visibility on this dive. We had moved a few miles and the viz cleared up quite a bit. Lots of life on this spot. This is with my buddy Mike. See a big cloud of bait there. There's a little hogfish there. Get a shot in him. Get him strung up. Nice mangrove snapper. Reload, and what do you know, a hogfish is right there begging to be shot. So I take him too. While I'm getting that hogfish strung up, my buddy Mike goes ahead and grabs that snapper I'd shot right before. So we put him on the stringer too. You can see there Mike shot himself a nice red snapper already. There's a nice gag grouper here, but unfortunately they're out of season, so he gets a pass. We saw quite a few of them on this dive trip. So frustrating, but come September 1st, they'll be open for 2 weeks. Finally find another red snapper to shoot. But I don't get the best shot on it, and it ends up tearing off the shaft. So I try to give chase here, but I lose which direction it headed in when I was reloading the gun. But lucky for me, Mike was there and he saw where it headed. So he's on the hunt. We were hoping we'd find a lot more of these red snapper on these dives, but they were pretty slim pickings this day. The water was extremely warm, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. They might all be out in deeper water. But Mike's able to get another shaft in it, and we're able to secure that fish.
Yeah. Thanks for the assist on the snapper there.
I didn't get much of a shot on him, but I was
Yeah,
able to get him.
but he's in the boat.
So you typically got
Oh,
it
good.
on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
worth dropping on.
Yeah.
Lots of life, good viz.
Yeah. It's a lot of drag, I know. But...
There we go. Not a bad dive. It's a good snapper there. A few hogs. Another dive in the books. Got a couple of hogs, a mangrove. Mike got a nice red snapper there, and he gave me an assist with one that I gave a little haircut to, and he swam off. So thanks to Mike on that one. Maybe do one more dive out here. We'll see what happens, but chug it along. Not bad. Out here, just got back to the house cleaning the boat. And we got a little praying mantis that landed on it. Hey, buddy. Ah! He didn't like that. He flew away. Pretty cool little bug. All right, here's the clean portion of the video. We got one of the red snappers here we got yesterday. We got a whole bunch of other ones here, a few of the red snappers, a bunch of mangroves, and the hogfish that we got. But this is one of the ones we're gonna do for the video. So make your first cut right here behind the gill plate. Puncture, cut down up around the head. Out through the stomach, which we got all of our fish. So they've all been gutted there. That way they can sit overnight and not have those guts go bad. Turn your knife down his back there, along his dorsal fin, out the tail. And you just want to run your knife down around those bones all the way to his spine. You can feel it when you hit it. Then you have to angle your knife up a little bit, go up and over that spine so you reach the top of it. Then you got the pin bones here, right through those. Up over top the ribs, and then start working your way back down the other side of the spine, backbone there. Sometimes I like to leave the part of the tail attached, give you something to hold on to. Then to skin it, you're just going to press down with your knife and run down along there. Snapper have pretty thick scales, so it's hard to cut through their skin. Sometimes when you're skinning them, you can cut through their skin accidentally, but not with snapper. With red snapper, they got pretty thick scales, so that protects it. So that's one side. Do the same thing on the other side. Puncture there. Go get that head meat down through the gut cavity where we gutted him. Same thing here. Down right along the side of his dorsal fin. All the way down to the tail. And then you just want to run your knife. You can feel those bones with your knife. You run it alongside. All the way down to the spine. Cut through the pin bones. And start working your way down the back side of this, the bottom side of the spine, where the lower loin is, down the rib bones there. I already separated the top loin from the bottom loin on the first fillet after I skinned them. This one I still got to skin. So press down there with your fingers, hold the skin, and then you just want to, once you get a grip of it, you just want to work your way down. There, separate that. Then I'm going to come here, cut out the pin bones. And then red snapper have a pretty thick bloodline, so usually come down like that. Cut that out. And then I go back later and trim off all that bloodline. This little fat deposit, I know you can eat it, but I'm not a big fan of it because it looks kind of weird. So I always pull that off. And then you can kind of just clean them up a little bit. So there you go, have it. 2 top loins, 2 bottom loins. Red snappers all filleted. See you in the kitchen. All right guys, welcome to the kitchen. Let's get these things cooked up. I got 4 nice red snapper fillets here. And we're gonna do that on the grill, along with some Alessi risotto with broccoli mixed in. We have these all the time, they're really good. If you ever get a chance to try them and you're in a hurry, you don't want to cook something from scratch, that's a good one. And then we're just gonna steam some green beans along with it. So for the fish, all I'm gonna do is a little bit of olive oil on it. And then I got this Kinder's garlic and herb with sea salt and lemon rub. It's pretty good on seafood. Not as good as their seafood rub, but they don't make that anymore. It made me angry. I stopped making it. Same thing on the other side. Make sure you get a good coating of olive oil, that way it doesn't stick to the grill. And that's it. And right before it comes off the grill, we got the Carrie's Gold garlic and herb butter. We're gonna melt some of that and then mix it with some lemon juice. And right before it comes off the grill, we're gonna spread that on there. All right, water's boiling, so risotto's going in. All right, just gonna rub some olive oil on the grill grates. Keep the fish from sticking. And they can go on. And it looks like it is about to come down out here. Hope the storms hold off until I'm done grilling this fish. We'll see what happens. All right, it's been a few minutes. Let's see how we're looking here. Oh yeah. That one got a little burnt. The other ones are looking good. It must be a hot burner there. Let's put some of this butter and lemon sauce on here. coming along. All right, this should be all done now. And broke up a little bit. This one did too. All right, there we go. Let's go inside. All right, there we go. Some nice grilled red snapper with some risotto and some steamed green beans. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for checking it out, and catch you on the next one. See ya.